What is going on? What's going on, guys? Let's make sure we got the stream up and rolling. Sorry for the delay. Was just talking to so many wonderful people about working with me one-on-one and hopping in the Discord, man. Make sure we look good, man. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures, where I trade live straight from a TopstepX platform like you're seeing here. We are going to be looking at ES on the 1-minute chart coming into the final hours of this fine Friday, August 9th. Final hours of the week for trading, right? We're going to take a look and see if we have anything that looks appealing. I'm again on TopstepX. This is a 50K combine. I am break even on the day, back and forth, win, loss, back to break even. Just kind of choppy, right? If we go through the session quick, which I will do with you guys. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Cameron? What's up, Brandon? Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, Friday sucks for traders, man. It's like you can't trade. Just kidding. Go outside and touch some grass. That's the play. So got Bookmap opened on the side. We'll take a look at that together as well. Let's do a quick analysis here. We can let's jump to the 30-minute. Scroll out and see what we're looking at. Off the highs, right, guys? Here's how I'm reading this. Off the highs, trailing down, right? Breaks and retests, pulls back. We put a couple lows in here. We really melt all the way down. Put this low in right down here. Since then, we've kind of been chopping, right? This looked like a pullback and then maybe a continuation. That failed. We, put a low in here, down around these lows over here. This is an area of consolidation. That's how I would classify this. On a higher time frame, looking at where we are in that higher time frame market structure, that cycle, this looks like consolidation. This is sideways to me. Do I think this is going up or down? No, there is a little bit of a bullish trend here, right? If we were trend line people, maybe we'd throw a trend line off these lows and you'd say, Zach, there's, higher highs getting put in here. I see all that. Right now, this looks like chop. This looks like the high end of the range, and this looks like the low end of the range. We did look like we were starting to break to the upside here, but as we come into the final hours of NYSE session for the week, do I think we're going to run after pulling back like this? I don't know. Overnight session, pretty choppy, right? We've had some really, really nice moves in the overnight session, or what I call the overnight session, Asia into London. And we kind of just chopped around, right? Session changeover right here. A little bit of a chop, tight pre-market range. We put the pre-market high in above prior day high down here. Pre-market low down here. Opened up kind of bearish at the open. Yeah, we cracked up the VWAP, pulled back down. This looked like maybe we were going to run lower, right? Even if we're going to stay in this big area of consolidation with the low point down here. Maybe we're going to crack down below all of this consolidation overnight and start to run lower. Big area of liquidity. That's still on Bookmap. I just looked. I will show you guys. Maybe we were going to go down and run and test that. Not at all the case. We formed some really choppy, difficult to trade price action. I caught a nice long that I will journal for you guys, and you'll see in Discord if you're interested. I run a free Discord. All of my trades and stuff are logged there. You can go back, dissect stuff, take a look, and see how I trade the morning. I give you guys everything for free on that end. Pushed up above VWAP. This was good for longs. Took some longs towards 15-minute opening range. Closed out some there. Closed out some way up here as we started to hesitate. Closed out the rest to break even. All the way back down. My thought here was, okay, we didn't make it to prior day high. We didn't crack above, pre-market high. We failed really to move much higher than the opening range. We broke both ends, and now we're going to come back down through and have this, continuation. I was getting short probably right down here, right at the lows, as I usually do as my trades fail. I'm looking for the continuation, right? Market structure is breaking. We're continuing lower. We sliced through session VWAP. We sliced through low of day anchored VWAP. Sellers back in control. We look good to go. I had an anchored VWAP off of that high over here. Long as we were staying down below that, everything looked good. As you could see, that short failed. Back up to the upside. The third trade was a long, maybe trying that again. I got to go back and journal it, but it was a smaller win and a larger loss that put me back down to about negative 400 some odd bucks on this combine. Again, scaling in and out in micros, right? That's kind of how I'm running this. Wide stop to start, scaling in, getting a little bit heavier. Started lighter on the first position, got heavier on the second one. Dynamic risk management. This would have passed the account had it just come down and worked out for me. But that's the market, man. So, third trade, I'm going to have to journal for you guys. I'm not exactly remembering what I was doing, which is not a great thing. Maybe it was short back down to VWAP. I'll have to look. Chop down around, right? So price action for the rest of the day. Kind of chop down around here. Again, I would find this difficult. VWAP's flat. We're back and forth. I do find this difficult. We're back and forth. And then we make a run for the highs. Okay, I see that. That's okay. We cracked above. We got some follow through. If you're trading this 1 p.m. time frame, New York lunch into 1 p.m., am I getting long down here after all of this crap? No, probably not. Am I getting long up here after we, put this high in? Maybe you're getting long like this, taking the breakout to the upside. I don't even think that I am after, a day like this. But you trade what's in front of you. So I am looking at this now. We put this high in. If I throw a little bit higher time frame in, just cracked up above these highs, looking left, above the pre-market high. I'm looking at anything over here for structure above this. I really wouldn't have a target. I would just expect a continuation up if we were looking for longs. Right now, this just kind of feels like we are moving back down into this range. Looks like a rotation back down to VWAP. And, we are just going to come right back down in here and maybe chop around. Maybe we extend further down and we slice through, and that's the move towards the end of the day. We're sitting at prior day high. Right at this moment, I'd be looking for shorts. That's my play. Am I going to take this breakout to the downside? No. I think we could be pulling back before a continuation higher. That would also make sense, but it doesn't look like it. So let's just kind of wait and see what we get now that I'm on the chart paying attention. Again, I got a level on Bookmap that's marked up here. Let's take a look at my good friend Bookmap while we're waiting for this to develop. Starting to come off, right? Starting to lighten up. So this is the beauty of Bookmap. You can see when orders are on the book and when they start to come off. Starting to come off there. Here is the level way, way down below price I had marked down there. This 52.50 level. A lot of liquidity there, right? Look at the book. Wow. Relative to everything around it, right? Who knows if that's a lot for another time of year or session. But for me, in the dumb guy way that I'm approaching Bookmap, it's been pretty helpful. Really helpful. So paying attention to this, not a ton of liquidity, not something that I would target and say we have to move back up to it. If I'm looking for a long, we break above that, high of day VWAP, or for whatever other reason, I feel like getting long, that could be a good target. If we push up there near the highs, I think it's just below the highs, maybe we see a continuation, a crack higher. In fact, I think that's what would happen. I don't know that we would find resistance right here. But right now, gun to my head, I'm looking short. I don't have a gun to my head, so I'm not going to take a short. But we'll see what sets up. Again, just always updating you guys and keeping you in the loop on what's going on. I'm funded with 5 TopstepX FAs, and I'm getting aggressive on the combines that I have left. I will hopefully pass more of them. I'm not really sweating it. If I don't, I'm already max funded account-wise, not dollar-wise, because they're all 50Ks. But I'm going to size up. I'm going to size up with risk. I'm running 500 or so risk per trade. It gives me 2 trades at best if I'm sizing that heavy for before a daily loss limit. So you will see that from me. You'll see daily loss limits. You will see hopefully larger wins as well, right? Max profits like we saw last week. That's just part of it. I think it's important to display before you come on live and hit a daily loss limit. It's something I'm accepting, right? Understand your risk management, accept it, accept the potential outcomes. If I trade this way, I will blow combines on the way to passing them. I am not allowing myself a lot of room for drawdown or to dig myself out of that drawdown or even to have a 4 loss streak before the account's dead. So important to note that. That's what you're looking at. Again, break even on the day. This one's in profit. This is the closest one. Yeah, one that's closest to passing right now. Still going to knock out these combines. Traded a little bit on the XFA even this morning. Just took a small one to keep things active. I'll start to trade those pretty soon. maybe on Top Step TV next week at Tuesday, August 13th at 12. There's my plug for that. I will be on Power Players on Top Step TV. Super excited about that. Maybe I will have an XFA loaded up and we could take some trades. But for now, just watching the market and see what we're going to get here, man. Welcome on. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Appreciate y'all all being here. It's awesome. More and more people every day. Chat, how are we doing? Yeah, man, my trade got chopped up all day. Held. Yeah, dude, this is tough. Again, this is a day where I take my losses. This is where it happens. I wait for structure to develop. I maybe take profit while, I take the trade early enough where I grab some profit like I did here. I take the trade, once my setup presents itself and it just doesn't continue. There's not another setup here for me, but maybe you took it up here again as we're breaking highs and this looks like it's going to continue. That would have failed. Maybe you take something down here as we slice through again, big, momentum and volume to the downside. That would have failed. So this is a tough day, for my style of trading for sure. Using price action and market structure to try to trade with the trend, using horizontal levels, using VWAP, using volume and order flow. There's days where it's just the market's not going to agree with you. It's not going to work with you. So, I'm glad I'm at break even right now. We'll see if we turn that into a larger winner or a loss if we get a trade here. But if you guys got questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I do Q&A the whole time. I'll yap everybody's ear off here. Yeah, Malik says, yeah, man, my trade got chopped up. Yeah, pushed, got $900 in the new combine. Nice. Be careful, man. Jose, we got New York in the building. Jose, what's up, my man? Let's go. Fire songs. Jose's at the gym. He's gonna do deadlifts. Nice. Kevin, back up to opening range high. Yeah, potentially. Pass my top step combine. Nice. Welcome to the show, man. Testing Wednesday swing high as support down here around 53, 54. Cool. Maybe a level that I don't have marked on my chart. Malik says 53, 54. Right? Yeah, everything kind of lines up down here. Low of day VWAP, session VWAP, 15-minute opening range. Looks like we want to head down here. Could go short right here. Stop loss above this high. Stop loss just above these highs. That's a play. Maybe we try that one. Maybe I ask the chat what you guys think. Maybe dumb question, but why would you want to have multiple accounts doing the same trades versus just sizing up and trading on one account? Have my stop loss under 5,300. What indicators do you use? So first, Dr. Dirt. One, you can copy trade multiple accounts if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that right off the bat with my XFAs. I set the goal to get funded with one and then decided to put myself in a very favorable position and get funded with multiple of them. More capital, more accounts, much better position. If I could have 10 XFAs, I would rather have 10 than just one. Puts you in a much more favorable position. My game plan is to start to trade them very conservatively, maybe some of them a little bit more aggressively, work to a payout, and then start to scale up from there, as I think most people aim to do. Some people like to get multiple of them and copy trade them all at one time. Maybe you want to get multiple of them, trade some conservatively, some more aggressively, trade them all very aggressively and get one to a payout. Multiple different ways you can go about it. But you have 5 max active at any one time. If you pass more, the way it's been explained to me by TopStep is it sits on your account ready to be moved into an XFA if you do lose one of those XFAs. You don't have to pay the activation fee until it moves into a live XFA. It just sits there. So I have more combines that from before that I had passed this 5th account to work through. I can cancel them all while they're in profit and let them rebill. I can trade them kind of aggressively like I'm doing now. I will keep most guys I think that you see that are funded, even the top step guys, you're going to keep top combines on the side. You always want to have some rolling. Maybe you have something to trade in unfavorable market conditions. Maybe you're just constantly slapping backups on the board. But yeah, that's the basic reason there. Indicators on the chart. Really the only quote unquote indicators are VWAP and volume. This is volume weighted average price from the indicator tab. Kind of looks like an EMA or an MA. A volume tool giving you the volume weighted average price. It resets at the session. These ones that I've got up here are anchored VWAPs. I can anchor it to whatever point I want, and it gives me an anchored volume weighted average price. They are used, to me at least, for some direction, some structure as we get here later in the day or maybe throughout the day. They can be used to show who's in control, buyers or sellers, maybe for some good ways to structure a trade, get you into a trade, where you should place your stop loss. I use those intermittently. Sometimes I use more, sometimes I use less. Horizontal levels. Everything else is a horizontal level on this chart. Then I have bookmap over here on the side. This is the cheat code, right? It should be illegal. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty solid though. This is an order flow software that gives you depth of market, shows you liquidity on the book. That's what this is. Yeah, man. Gotcha. I guess you were limited to trading like one contract up until a certain balance too. Yeah, you are. But you wouldn't really want to trade more than one contract, I think, on a mini if you're at your level starting out. That you said you were early on. I'm going to give you my thoughts here based on the questions that you're asking. I would take this as slow as possible, my friend. You got funded with one XFA. That is fantastic. You've already achieved something that very few traders do. To make it to a payout is the next step. If you're going to move right into the XFA and start trading that, you don't want to continue trading combines. That's cool. I would take it slow, right? I wouldn't plan on trying to hit the max position size that they're allowing for you in the 50K combine. I would take it relatively slow. I would trade it as conservatively as possible, right? If you have an edge in the market, give yourself that room to allow that edge to play out through positive variance, negative variance. Keep it easy on your mentals by keeping it small, and give yourself the best chance of running the account up into profit. Another strategy that I talk to guys about and I hear people, talk about is take a payout when you're due a payout. If it's your first account, especially in my opinion, or, maybe it's an account that you haven't had in a while, take that payout, man. A lot of guys just get, like big eyes and we run into profit maybe, and you're up like $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 on the account. You qualify for it. You can take on more risk now because you got a buffer. You size up, you blow the account. Take the payout. Take something. Even if it means that you're not going to have the healthiest balance afterwards to work with. In my humble opinion, taking that payout, being able to reinvest that into more combines or just make the money yours and real, should be the initial goal. Then worry about sizing up and hitting, all of these, these larger goals that you have. Again, just a thought process. I'm saying this is a guy with five XFAs, that are flat right now, trading combines. So you can grain of salt that if you like, but I've seen that work out very well for some traders, and I've seen it work out terribly for guys that run accounts into profit and then all the way back down to blowing them or, just near break even. So thought process there that I think, can be helpful. Lower your expectations, set the small goals, hit those on the way to your larger goals. That's what's really helped me, right? I talk about that a lot. Coming from Forex, trading live accounts with relatively large amounts of money, for me, it's all relative. What I think is large might be small or huge to you. I'm here in the futures market with the goal of getting funded and, really making this Top Step piece work. I'm working on that, and I am trading combines every day, respectfully right now and aggressively, but, taking it seriously, right? You see me in trades on these 50K combines. I'm taking it seriously. I'm trying to manage my trades to the best of my abilities. That should give you an indication of, maybe where you're at and how you're not doing that. You're throwing money at combines, max risk, YOLOing, trying to get them passed as soon as you get into the XFA, big trades right away, blowing XFAs. Consider slowing down. I think a lot of guys would do so much, and women would do so much better if they just slowed down a little bit. What's up, Zach? Yes, pay yourself. Every time I find a trader online who I feel is authentic, they end up being fraudulent. As I look into them a little with diligence, how are some people that you feel? How are some people that you feel, or who are some people that you feel are legitimate traders online? Yeah, if I had to go out and make a list, I could name a few. I would probably just say, I would leave it up to you to decide for yourself. And let's talk about, like, without me making a list of who's, real and then who, is not on the list is fraudulent, because I don't want to do that. Here's what I would say. If you're going to look into somebody, maybe like myself, as a trader and a coach, and you want to decide, are they legitimate? Are they a scam? What is their skill set? Here's some basics that I would look for. Do they trade live? Do they trade live directly from a platform? And do they do that consistently over a long period of time for free, not where you have to pay first to see it? That, to me, is the only way to display this skill set that cannot be manipulated, cannot be fraudulent, and is shown through a long period of time. Now, I'm grain of salting it with myself even, because I posted my first piece of content on February 5th. You might argue that's not a lot of time. I might agree with you on that. But part of the reason, outside of wanting to help people and display my skill in this way and, talk with you guys here, is to do that, to build that track record of live trading and displaying the skill set here live with you over a long period of time. That's what I would look at. If the person doesn't trade live at all, it starts to be a red flag for me. If they are just displaying wins and they don't display any losses, another huge red flag. And if they don't display a lot of losses, and losing streaks that you will see with me if you stay here long enough, like a red day yesterday, right? It just, is maybe they're not lying about it, but it feels disingenuous, because that's what happens, with trading. So, those are the things that I would start to look at. There's some guys that do really well and also have Lambos and nice cars and stuff like that, and they display it. Usually a red flag is the Lambo boy, for lack of a better term. A whole bunch of lifestyle stuff, very limited on the trading side, and more lifestyle, things like that. Anybody that is the Forex side is even harder. MetaTrader 4 and 5 can be 100% manipulated. There's absolutely no way to display any reality, unfortunately, with anybody trading with MetaTrader. Any piece of paper or document or anything after the fact that I showed you could be edited. Live trading, that's what I would look for. So, find guys that are like that. That's my thought, if you're not going to pay attention to me. I think it's obvious, maybe for some people it's not. How do I put this? It's a good question, man. It should be fairly obvious. Is the person, here's more so, does the person own a prop firm? Like, can it be easily displayed that they are funneling people into multiple different things that they own or even are affiliated with that are not really, really big industry standards? I'm going to grain of salt it there, because I'm hoping to be affiliated with TopStep at some point soon. I'm going to be on TopStep TV. I talk about them a lot. But like, if I owned my own prop firm and, my own like software and, there's just things that should start to really raise red flags to you. If I was only showing you guys right off the bat a bunch of lifestyle craziness all the time, not trading live, only showing wins, there's red flags there. So, again, I'm going to coach traders. I'm coaching traders now. I make money from that. There's transparency there in me telling you that, but you can decide, for yourself, that. But yeah, live trading. I don't think there's any substitute for live trading. Look up guys that trade live. If they do that for a consistent amount of time, years, many of them, showing you wins, showing you losses, the badass winning streaks and the horrible losing streaks, probably legit. Look at what's going on with Top Step TV. You see the guys on there, right, talking about running up hundreds of thousands of dollars, blowing live accounts. That's the display of trading, right? So, yeah, but again, I posted a video today. Like I said, I don't have any gripe with any group. I try not to talk down on anybody, so I don't want to speak down on anybody, and I don't want to say these people are legitimate, and everybody else is not or anything like that. You just guys got to decide that stuff for yourself. Decide it with me, man. Go in the free community, hop on here, and decide if you want to hop on again. That's what I say. Don't have to try to convince anybody of anything. Have you tried ICT concepts? No. I've paid attention to some of the stuff that I see out of that camp, and building back on the not speaking down on any group or anybody. If it works for you and other people, great. I find it, the limited amount that I've seen, I find it very confusing and overcomplicated. That's my thought. Kevin H says flashing Lambo. Yeah. Yeah. Lambo boys. Sorry, I mean 7 micros. A lot of these guys make more money off affiliates. Yeah, sure. That's what has become apparent to me. Yeah, I don't know that person, Cameron. So I can't really speak on it. But if don't go off of other people's suggestions either, right? Like I get people on all my comments that are suggesting I'm a scam. So you get, oh man, I just saw it on Twitter. What's there's a huge trader. I forget the guy's name. Anyway, there's people suggesting, very legitimate people are scams. There's scammers that everybody's suggesting are legit. You just make your own decisions. Don't listen to anybody else. That's my thought. How do you use Bookmap? Are you using it? I'm not going to make this an entire Bookmap show. Again, I will show you it. That liquidity up top came off, so I can delete that level. Yes, I use it for targets. I really use it for areas of interest, guys. If I had to simplify it down into how I'm using it right now, additional horizontal levels, areas of interest. When I get a big lit up Christmas tree line on the chart, I like to pay attention to that for an area of interest. Let's just leave it at that for now. Displays liquidity on the book. You can use Bookmap or another order flow tool and decide if it's helpful in your trading. Decide how price reacts around those levels. If it moves to and from them, what happens when price gets there. So I'll leave some of that up to you without making it a huge Bookmap conversation. So I tend to do that on every live. So we got a whole bunch more lives. You can watch yesterday's again. Watch me take a couple small losses and talk about Bookmap. What data feed are you using for Bookmap? That is Bookmap data. I didn't have a data feed with anybody else, no Rhythmic or DX feed. I went with the seemingly lowest cost and fastest data. Bookmaps seems to be legit. Works pretty dang well for me. Separate subscription, right? You pay for the software and then you pay for the data. But you can use another data feed if you like. For me, Bookmap data seems to work well. Haven't had really any issue. I haven't used any other data, so again, you can grain of salt my opinion because I can't really compare it to anything else. I haven't used Rhythmic and Bookmap to know if there's a difference. My research and asking that question to people is that there's not. The data should be consistent, coming from the centralized exchange. You just worry about connectivity issues and speed. But from what I've seen for Bookmap data, it's legit. Works out. Integrates, connects very easily, and works nicely. Yeah, man. I like Justin Weirlin. Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. Well, I watched the interview with Austin Silver, who I was on the Austin Silver day trading show. Go watch that if you haven't watched it already. It's on YouTube. It's awesome. Legitimate trader? I think so. I would say so. But yeah, Justin Weirlin seems legit to me. I haven't really paid a lot of attention. I know he trades like ICT and stuff, and Austin asked him some questions there. It was kind of funny to hear them talk about it. Yeah, doing a 5K challenge right now. That's cool. Also, nail good habits into people's heads. Yeah, man. Yo, Zach, what's up, dude? What's up? What's up? Yeah, man. Anybody that really like, not to make this whole thing about what's red flags and not with people, but like, there's an example. What's up, Hydro Farmer? What's going on, chat? Welcome to see you. Good to see you guys in. Welcome in. Anybody that is really focusing on the outcome and displaying unrealistic expectations is the last red flag that I'm going to talk about. If the title of their YouTube video is $10 to 10 million, that's a bunch of BS. Maybe you did that by the good graces of God somehow on the first try, but it's a completely unrealistic expectation, and it's not helpful to traders, especially newer beginner traders who don't know what to expect. You're building BS, unrealistic expectations. So guys that do that with the lifestyle stuff or the super duper small account flip stuff, without telling you like the realities of it potentially blowing and, how many times you have to do it to get there and all that type of stuff, red flag and BS. Have you heard about recent customer service issues with Apex, interface issues, not giving payouts, closing out accounts randomly? Rumor has it they're going under. Thoughts? Yeah, dude. So again, I haven't used Apex personally. I'm biased because I'm going to be on Top Step TV next week. So you can grain of salt the next piece that's going to come out of my mouth. I have a free community, and I've heard a lot of terrible things from a lot of different traders about Apex as of recent. I've heard rules changing. I've heard guys not getting payouts. Again, from reliable sources, from guys that I'm working with, either one-on-one or have spent time with now in this Discord community. Just all kinds of red flags from Apex. Also, from the beginning, I can't wrap my head around why somebody would want to try to trade with Apex. I just can't. The rule set, the risk parameters are insane, in my humble opinion. The intraday trailing drawdown is wild, and I give you credit if you can make it work and take payouts from them. It is way, way more difficult. Way more difficult. I'm sorry, I can wrap my head around why. It's the 20 account copy trading piece. Again, it's this unrealistic expectation that that's going to be, your ticket. But I can't understand why anybody would not want to be in the most favorable risk parameters with the most legitimate company. I've been burned by numerous Forex prop firms. Before coming over to futures, that was the tail end of it. Multiple. I've told that story a billion times. I'm not going to bore everybody. Multiple accounts getting burned, trading into payout, requesting the payout, not getting the payout because you didn't follow a rule that they changed from the time that you bought the account to now. First thing that I'm looking for is, legitimacy. Are there faces behind the name? What are the reviews? Has everybody gotten a payout that's supposed to get a payout? And you don't hear anybody, really going on with issues unresolved. Maybe you look at TopStep. In my humble, biased opinion, they're number one. It's not even close. It's not even remotely close. Like we're talking about like Google and like Apple and, like everybody's using Ask Jeeves somehow. Like you have it on a Windows 98 computer. So again, humble, biased opinion, but that's my honest opinion. If I wasn't able to use TopStep, I'd be really, really sad and frustrated and would probably just do a live account instead. Do your own research, right? Don't listen to me. Do your own research on these, do your due diligence and decide that stuff for yourself. And maybe, another firm is better for you. Maybe Apex is better. Maybe, Take Profit Trader or one of the other ones are better. Decide that for yourself. That's totally cool. I'm giving you my humble opinion and experience. But yes, I've heard a bunch of shady, crazy, nightmarish stories about Apex. I don't have anything personally bad to say about them because I've never worked with them. And it didn't happen to me specifically. But again, I have a community with now... Did we hit 800 today? Can we celebrate? Yeah! 800 members on the nose. Awesome, man. Welcome in if you're here from the Discord. If you're not in the free Discord, hop in the free Discord, man. Community now of 800 members, a whole bunch of focused traders, profitable ones. We got Marcus in here who's getting the 5K hat and pin from TopStep, taking big payouts. Multiple guys that are doing well. New traders. Yeah, it's awesome. Great community. Super excited about that. Analysis from me every day. I give you my charts just like this with these levels. I talk about what's going on with news. I answer questions. Free. Not a VIP feeder program with signals and a bunch of BS. You also get my trades, all of my all of my trades plotted, my journal after the fact, so you guys can take a look at how I'm trading and what's going on. W800, hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with the Discord. If you sell it, yeah. If somebody's selling signals, that's probably a red flag also. I've never had issues getting paid from Apex, but I switched to TopStep. Cool, man. Successful Apex traders go for 5 to 10 points max. Yeah. Yep, they're finding a way to work within that risk parameter, which would be, scalping, usually, if I had to define something, and probably trailing your stop loss, tightly. Only way to mitigate the rules burning you is if you go for small scalps. Yep. Which limits the max possible payouts to much lower. Yep. Can't let trades run. You can't win too big. They have consistency rules. You can't scale into and out of positions the way that many people like to do. Crazy. I prefer TopStep or take profit. Cool. Hit the likes, folks. Show some love. Yeah, man. Help me out. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. You don't have to. This is free. Free means you don't have to do anything. But if you find it valuable, man, help me out. I'm a better trader and coach, I feel, than I am a social media content creator. I try my best, and it's difficult to understand how these algorithms work and what you're supposed to do to grow. But it's I appreciate that, man. Michael, thank you guys. What's up? Yeah. But again, if you're new here, my name's Zach. Thanks for hopping on. Couple cool pieces that I got coming up. Things. I was on the day trading show. Not to repeat this for you guys that have been on. Day trading show with Awesome Silver, ASFX. 1 hour podcast. I explain a lot about my journey, what goes into my trading. I think you guys would find it valuable if you want to know more about me. I'm on Top Step TV Tuesday, August 13th, next week. I'm hyped up. 12 p.m. Eastern. Power players. I'll be trading live with those guys. I'm super excited. If you're on, feel free, man. Hop in the chat. Definitely don't spam them. Don't say anything stupid, please. But I would love to see you guys there. I'd love to see familiar names while I'm up there. It'd be really, really cool. So yeah, hop in there, and then I'll be on the trading battle, which is 2 traders head-to-head live trading on YouTube for charity. Super excited about that. I was testing the test account they gave us today, so I'm super excited. That'll be end of September. I'm expected to go head-to-head with one of Austin Silver's team, one of his guys. Should be really, really fun. Excited about that. As more information comes out, we get some confirmation, I will plug that for you guys. Top Step, where I found you. Nice, dude. Yeah. Austin Silver, I have him to thank, right? I say this a lot. Credit where credit's due. You don't have to act like you didn't get help from anybody, or you're the creator of your trading system. I think that stuff is silly. And Austin's a good example of doing that, right? His whole platform is built around building other people up. But I have him to thank for getting on his show, obviously. He made the introduction to Top Step. That was awesome. Got to talk with them, do the interview thing, and be able to get on power players and the trading battle as well. So I really appreciate it, man. He reached out to me. We did the show, and it's opened up a lot of opportunities there. So I greatly appreciate Austin Silver. And he's plugging me on Top Step. They're all talking about. They were all saying like long Zach. Somebody said they were saying it Tuesday or something like that. They were going bullish on Zach. So I got some. I got a reputation now. I got to keep it up. Yeah, bro. Cameron says, as traction builds up, I'd imagine deep OTM calls on Zach. Yeah, dude. No, I like doing what I do. This is fun. My goal is to put a lot of effort in here and build this community. All right. I want to build the best free futures trading community on Discord. That's my goal. And to work with traders one-on-one in a coaching program, paid. That's part of my deal. If you're interested in that, book a free call. That's what I was doing right before this. Talking to some awesome people. I would be really excited to work with them, men and women. But I love doing that as well. and it builds right into trading full time, right? Sitting here behind the screen, doing what you're seeing me do right now. No setup. I know I'm yapping a lot, guys. I got no setup, right? We're chopping around prior day high. Nothing that I would have played out, nothing that I would have taken here would have played out. I'm not magically buying this level right here. Selling off of this level right here would have me in drawdown. Taking that break right there wouldn't have been clean. So nothing right now. If something starts to break violently to the upside or downside, I'll look for it. I'm watching it right now, so I don't have to look for it. We break this high of day VWAP. We start to form some structure up. Maybe we run back up towards highs. I look for a long. We chop down through all of this. Maybe we look for a short. Right now, I got nothing. So I'll continue talking about what I got going on. Going to miss it, dog. Nah, all good, man. All good. All good, Hydro Farmer, man. Like your style. He's a really cool guy. Awesome content. Yeah, Austin is awesome. Yeah, tell him, bro. Hit the like button. I love that. You guys are awesome. Chat, tell everybody else in the chat to hit the like button so I don't have to. Subscribe, like, help me out. You don't have to do anything. Free means free, but I would certainly appreciate you helping me out. Do you practice meditation visualization before your trading sessions? I've incorporated it for a while on behalf of Tom Hogarth's suggestion. Yes, I do. If you watch the podcast, you hear me talk about two things. I'll let you watch it, but two pieces that I've brought into trading that I believe have really helped me out on that side of things: meditation and discipline from endurance sports, specifically for me. I think it doesn't have to be endurance sports for the discipline side, some kind of physical activity, or just doing something hard and consistently setting goals and achieving them and having to work through all of that goes into it. Translates very well to trading and meditation. Doesn't have to be traditional seated meditation the way that I do it. It can be anything you like. It can be anything you like that is going to allow you to start to quiet your mind, look inward, focus on the present moment, become mindful of what's going on right now, right here, not about the trade that you lost or the big money, the Lambo that you're going to buy with your payout. That's the goal. So again, I think there can be flexibility there. Maybe it's on a quiet walk by yourself around your neighborhood. Maybe you're sitting in your car when you get to work or before or after. You take 5 minutes to close your eyes and just kind of be there with yourself. Maybe it's prayer. Maybe you're religious and you want to pray, and that's your part of meditation. Or traditional seated meditations. Very, very nice. It's awesome. It allows you to, over time, you start to pull yourself back into the present moment. You are looking inward. You can become very aware of your emotions, what you're feeling, really think about them and make conscious decisions. And it's very important to have that self-awareness and ability to self-regulate in trading, in my humble opinion. David says buy. He said buy like down here. Why, David? Tell us why. Give us the analysis. If you say trust me or I flipped a coin, I'm going to kick your ass out of here. I'm just kidding. But we want to hear why, man. Give me just a couple sentences. Which months are the most profitable or easiest to trade? Trust me, bro. Yeah. No, then you're definitely getting kicked out. Many say summer is difficult, easier autumn, winter. Yeah, so there's definitely times of the year that I feel and my data shows are better for trading and some are worse. In the grand scheme of things, over the years of my trading, anytime around a holiday, first off, terrible. Right around Christmas and New Year's, especially the week in between, I highly suggest not trading at all. Right before that and right after that, especially difficult. If we're going to generalize seasons, early in the year, once we get through New Year's, I like that time frame. I also do like the fall. Summer is tradition. Dead winter is a little bit tough. Early January can be definitely tough. Again, late December, right around the holidays. You got Thanksgiving. A lot of stuff starts breaking up the market with U.S. holidays. And then summer is traditionally the summer slowdown. There's a saying, sell in May and go away. That's for a reason. The thought is that most guys go on vacation. Businesses are slowing down. There's not a lot going on. The world's just outside, not trading, and that's what's happening. But I'm saying it this way because look at what we had happen this year. Look at the volatility that we had come into the market for summer. This is not the summer slowdown, right? Like we had NASDAQ approaching, price limits, selling off in insane amount. We've had a lot of volatility that has created a lot of good trading opportunities, for many people. So it's not so consistent, and it's not something that I would say every year in August, go on vacation and you're going to be done. In general, are there times of the year that you would probably want to take off? Yeah. I would put holidays, around the winter holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. If you're trading in between Christmas and New Year's, I wish you the best of luck. Early January, first week, can be tough. If the market's open, I want to be sitting here right before and after holidays, and in between Christmas and New Year's. I don't like to trade. But if I am trading and I'm sitting around here watching the charts, I approach it with much more caution. And, the expectation that we may see some just consolidation and then increased volatility and maybe a little bit more unpredictable than how the market usually is. Bounce off of high of day VWAP. Maybe we're getting the structure shift to the upside. We didn't really crack above these highs and we're selling back off. No trade yet, guys. No trade. David still said buy and didn't say anything. What's up, David? Why trade and evaluation? I'm funded with 5 TopstepX XFAs. I still have combines to work through, and I'm going to trade them aggressively on the way to passing and failing them before starting to focus on the XFAs, I should say, more consistently. That's the thought process there. I will keep combines. You'll still see me have combines up the way that you see most guys that are, have longevity in prop firms. They're trading combines on the side. They're trading them, for the main portion of the day. Just depends on, maybe how they're feeling, what the price action is looking like. Maybe they warm up in combines. Maybe they trade a certain, part of the day that may not be as profitable for them on combines. I will continue to do that. But for right now, I've got still a bunch of them that are either fresh or in profit or in drawdown that I have to work through or just cancel them and let them rebill or whatever it is, throw them out. Yeah, Michael Roden. Yeah, man. Pay attention to these seasons and stuff. But your data will show you. And again, I don't like to. I've tried, right? Early on, I tried everything that I possibly could to make sense and provide some consistency in the market and an understanding. And it's really freeing to kind of just let go and say, I'm going to watch price, and I'm a technical trader, and I'm going to trade based on, price and maybe order flow and volume. And I'm not going to try to generalize things and say, this is the best month for me and this is the worst month, or, I'm going to understand something this way. You should be aware of certain things, of course, and maybe some general trends, but don't marry a bias. If you married a bias that this summer was going to be very, very low volume and low volatility, and you came into April trading super large size, day after day, it probably didn't go too well for you. But yeah, that's my thought on it. Whatever helps you. This, it doesn't look like the break and retest, right? This doesn't look like, this break and retest to continue up. It looks like a continuation back down into the zone. It is kind of just choppy here right around 3 o'clock. Again, I hopped on a little bit late, and I'm going to stay a little bit later. A short kind of looks like the play. Kind of. We come down here to VWAP and low of day VWAP and 15-minute opening range high. I don't want to be getting short here. That's the low over here. I don't have anything screaming at me on Bookmap to help me out. So I'm kind of just in the waiting position. Again, the saying that I don't think is very appropriate, but it's very nice, but it's appropriate. Gun to my head, I'm going short. I'm looking at something like this, a rotation back down into the zone. Stop loss to break even once we get down here, maybe taking partials and trying to control risk. But I don't have the utmost confidence in that. I think we can just continue. Maybe we are breaking structure. We're pulling back down. We're not going to break this low. We're going to continue higher, in which case a buy would look good, breaking this high of day VWAP. But right now, this is the trade that I would put on. Again, wide stop to start with the intention to scale in as we break this, control risk and scale out as we break this low and come down into this area, which I think can act as support. You can see how price reacted around the VWAPs today. Kind of broke above and below them a couple times, but definitely a pivotal point on the chart. So I want to trade with you guys. Want to get a trade on, like I'm talking about here. Got a bunch of these combines. I don't want to just YOLO anything here. I don't see anything that would have been great so far. So let's wait and see. If you got trading questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I saw some new ones pop up. Let's see. How's your week been, Zane? What's up? My week has been good, man. Trading wise, it's been okay. I'm probably slightly red or break even on the week, counting, looking at this morning. Would have to go through my stuff. Not a super stellar week. It's okay because the week before was pretty gnarly. And the weeks leading into that were pretty solid. Not bad. So not a stellar trading week. Red on some days, green on some days. Yeah, I'm going to be red on this week. Be a little red on this week. Let's see, man. But that's part of it. That's part of the game. You think it's true that edges disappear? Read a lot of guys refuse to share their edge due to the belief that the game plan. Yeah, that's more of like I guess for a mechanical, Cameron, like mechanical objective system. A lot of, I believe, my edge and most profitable manual traders' edges comes from discretion, comes from intuition, and that's kind of ever evolving and ever changing. So I don't think that disappears. Market conditions can certainly shift, and where I might do really well when the market's running and volatile and it shifts into a range and is just very choppy day after day, week after week, it can be tough. And some guys, approaches struggle, and that's where losing streaks come in. You kind of want to start to adjust a little bit during that time frame. But no, I don't think, edges in that sense disappear. What I've heard is read the same thing. I think it's if there's a really clear, objective, mechanical, piece that's working, it doesn't last for very long because it can't be exploited by a lot of people. So there's that piece. But if you're applying some discretion and intuition and your trade management, into your trading, your trade management, that's a lot of your edge, or at least in my humble opinion, it is. Hard to quantify, hard to teach, comes from experience. There's certain processes and ways that you can go about accelerating that process, in my humble opinion, but that's how I look at it. Looking at the order book and PA, I think that we are at a point where we can go up or down. Yep, I think we can go up or down as well. In terms of season data, mid-October till end November, mid-December markets are usually trending up, yep, which probably makes it easier for trend traders. Yep. The U.S., you could look at stuff like that. The U.S. markets go up, right? U.S. indices, if we zoom out on the daily chart, I'm assuming what S&P looks like. If you can identify trends in the year when that's happening, great. For me, carrying too much bias into each day is not helpful. I try to remain as flexible going long and short each day as I can. I'm aware of the higher time frame trend like earlier this year where we were just ripping to the upside. Maybe you stop hitting the sell button. You try to come in with a little bit of a bullish bias, like we've been breaking highs and running. Maybe you stop hitting the sell button. So you identify stuff like that, yeah, maybe. But in general, I think just being flexible is the way to go. Unless it breaks 722 on the daily overall market looks bearish still. Yeah. Is taking half position off when price broke yesterday's high or just letting stop loss? It's hard to say, man. Completely context based, anybody that gives you a hard answer on how you should manage your trades is either just doesn't know so much about what they're talking about or is maybe thinking you're trading the exact same way that you're trading and you're not. It's just a piece of it. So I can't tell you the best trade management. I just think whatever works for your strategy over a large sample size of trades, that's what I would do. Review your data, decide how moving stop loss to break even versus taking half off at a certain point would have played out over a large sample size. If you can manage that from a mentality standpoint, then do that. That's the way. Daily fib is in the golden pocket as of right now for a short. Interesting. What's up, Andre? All good, man. I'm good. What would you need for an A+ setup? That depends, man. I don't really classify stuff so much as A+ or, A or B-. What I really like to see in general is a large amount of opportunity and a limited amount of risk. I have a really, really clear picture of direction based on market structure and levels and maybe any tools that I'm using. Like, we're very, very clearly bullish, and I get a very nice, clean break and retest that's confirmed that allows me to get in with a very clear risk structure, and the targets are, book map levels and, next levels of structure that we're approaching that are, a ways away, but I think we can hit them based on the overall structure. That would be like ideal, right? To start putting risk onto the market. That's where you see me, enter and re-enter and press the market hard. So I say I don't classify things as A+, but it depends. Like right now, I don't think I'm going to have an A+ setup. The choppier structure is throughout the day, the less clear direction that I'm getting, that we're breaking out and we have room to run to the upside. There's nothing looking left or nothing clear that we're about to stop at. I like that, especially with a clear way to structure risk, right? Like this isn't don't want to do that. This isn't a great setup for me to take a breakout. Maybe you say stop loss under here, but we got a low down here. So it's all about that risk to reward overall, right? Because I'm not setting fixed targets and I set an initial stop loss, but that overall potential for the move to occur and the risk structure. So that's what I would look for A+ setups. What does it mean if a candle has no wick? I don't know. Don't know. That's read by price action traders in I think a standard way. To me, I don't really look at it in any specific way. On the 1 minute chart, there's an anomaly that I find kind of interesting that I pay attention to sometimes, rather than whether it has a long wick or a no wick or whatever it is. I look to see as a candle is printing on the 1 minute and even the 5 minute, if there is no wick to one side as it's printing, more often than not, just by looking at the way that candles print with wicks on both sides, it comes back to that level and fills that wick. Now, there are examples all over this chart where that didn't happen. But in general, a lot of candles open up without a wick on one side before coming back to trade across that open and put a wick on the other side. And then they do whatever the hell they want to do. There's scalping strategies that I don't hear a lot of people discuss based around that thesis. I think you would need to use much more than just that. But stuff like that is interesting to me. I pay attention to price action in a very general sense. I'm not going to say, there's a doji, shooting star, hammer candle, outside bar, and I'm going to do a specific thing. I'm paying attention to the size of the candles, where the wicks are, where the bodies are. In general, there's some bullish or bearish price action you can identify. That could be helpful, but I'm really not a specific candlestick guy, certainly not on the 1 minute chart. I hope that answers the question, but maybe somebody else has a more specific answer to that that's helpful, and I don't mind saying I don't know. I'm not the price action type of a trader that way. So, maybe that means something super duper specific in the price action trader's playbook and you want to know what that is. I don't find individual candlesticks to hold much validity. Maybe you're combining it with a whole bunch of other factors on a higher time frame, and that is, holding some significance to you. So I passed my top step. I passed today, 50K top step. What next? You'll get an email that, congratulations. First off, everybody here says congratulations. That's step one. You get an email that you passed and a certificate. They will say next steps are to pay the $150 activation fee and then you will be put into an XFA. That combine will move into an XFA, and you'll be ready to trade that. Andre, my man. Hey, Zach, today we had some old equal highs and a naked previous day VWAP at 53.73. We reached that and stopped moving up based on timing. I think it's going to be hard to move more. Consolidation now. I hear that. 53.73. Yeah, like I don't mind paying attention to, like, someone says something like that rather than just buy or sell. They've got a level that is objective or discretionary and they're describing it for a certain reason. I don't mind looking at that. I don't mind paying attention to that, or at least considering paying attention to it, right? I'm not just going to add in random things to the trading, but, we'll look at it. So 53.73, yeah, right above pre-market high. Found some, resistance on the way up, a little bit on the way down. I see this as just choppy, very choppy. Maybe end of day volatility, but I don't know that I'm sticking for that 4 p.m. craziness. Maybe a drop to the current VWAP and then consolidate. Hard to trade now, brother. Yeah, hard. Again, absolute gun to my head. You said you got to take a trade. I'm looking short. I don't know about you guys, but we'll get a poll going right now, actually. Let's start the poll. And maybe I was doing one micro trades. If I didn't have a trade at all, I was not taking into consideration the chat results from the poll and putting on a micro trade. It's kind of volatile right now, so you can see by my dumb smirk that I'm thinking like maybe I don't want to do that because it can end up being a couple $100, which is not terrible. Won't really help me or hurt me too much, but it could get dangerous pretty quick with this volatility. But let's see what you guys think. We got a poll, guys. If you're sitting in here, feel free. And maybe, just maybe, I will not take that into consideration. Yeah, market structure. Let's see. Congrats. Yeah, buddy, congrats. Love it. W's in the chat. See, this is support we all need, man. I love that. Market structure will tell. Yesterday after data, chance of trending day was high. Hindsight, it's easy to say and tell, but I journal a lot. Yeah. Yeah, identify anomalies, things that happen, ways that you can interpret and read the market. That's cool. It respects the anchored VWAP quite well. Yeah. In this example, right, you could see how that was respected really, really cleanly right there. Am I going to use every anchored VWAP for a trade? No. I had a very nice gentleman reach out to me on Twitter and send me a chart. He was displaying in the morning where he went long off of an anchored VWAP where I was going short. I lost the trade. He made money. Excellent. On another day, maybe I take that same trade, but I was looking at it as sellers coming into control and that we were breaking through that and was taking a breakout trade. They can be used multiple ways, but again, just a little bit of dynamic support and resistance. Again, maybe you like trend lines better than this. Maybe your Fibonacci, for the most part, it's horizontal levels, and I like volume. I like try to incorporate that. So I do like the VWAPs and anchored VWAPs. I find them very interesting. Very interesting to see how price reacts around them and how, as they're broken, there's often extensions. So you decide that for yourself. Shorts winning. Short it to the ground. Only 62%. Come on, guys. If you're in here, vote. Let's see it. Long or short. It's short it to the ground so far. Let's see. 15-minute and 30-minute imply both ES and NQ may start to curl higher, but I don't trust this market. Yeah, me neither. But I appreciate it, Tim. Would prefer shorting too. I'm short from 53.65. Nice. This gentleman is short from the anchored VWAP that we're kind of retesting this as a resistance zone multiple times. Have you experimented with different types of candlesticks? If you don't care much about candlesticks, could you see yourself using a line chart? Cameron, you asked some detailed questions, man, but I like it. No, not a line chart, but I've used a tick chart, which I really liked. You are trading. A tick chart is very interesting. I won't go into a whole detailed explanation, but you should go and look that up afterwards. If you guys haven't heard of a tick chart, like the 100 tick chart, very interesting. I feel that you're trading some market structure, some price action for market structure. You get a better laid out market structure on the tick chart. but you're losing nice time-based candlesticks. But it's interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, I've considered it, but not anything really outside of candlesticks I've wanted to stick with. I like the tick chart. If I had some other things, some other variables change, I would probably use a tick chart. If someone pointed a gun to your head right now and forced me to choose, yeah, I'd choose short. Yes. Yeah, what are the rules in XPA? I'm assuming you mean XFA. Do they allow scaling and dollar cost averaging? First, don't take my word or anybody else's word for rules on your combines. Go directly to the site, directly to the source, and read that stuff for yourself. You're going to be responsible for that information. You're going to, lose or make money in that account based on that. My non-official answer to that question is yes, they allow scaling. They allow you to dollar cost average in down. They don't really restrict you in that sense. They don't want to stay in a position over the weekend, considering war possibility. That's why I guess short. Yep. It's only 53% shorted to the ground. Come on, man. You guys got to make up your mind. 15 people. You're split down the middle. Hit that like button, guys. Yeah. More importantly, hit the like button. Hit the poll, but also hit the like button. If I end up with more poll results than likes, I will be slightly disappointed in everyone in here. Tim says QQQ had a 4.1 million put position open that expires Monday. Interesting. That is interesting. I've never traded a tick chart. I've just started to research it. Yeah, it's a Top Step from Dakota Play. Dakota from Top Step Play. If you watch Coach Dakota, one of their top live traders on Top Step, really awesome dude. I think he explains what he does in a very clear way. Trades a very, very simple discretionary approach from what I can see on a tick chart and a 5-minute chart side by side. That's his setup. So if you want to watch that, it's pretty cool. I have almost zero knowledge about that. Can you briefly explain what the implications of those puts are? Just as it sounds, someone placed a $4.1 million bet that the market goes down over the weekend. Crazy, man. Could also be a hedge. It's extremely odd. Yeah, dude, that again, I'm with Andre. I'm definitely not the expert on that, but that's a heavy bet to place. Also, I think it could be hedging, just like you said. There could be so many other things at play that I hear a lot of that stuff, and I think there's so much behind the scenes with these big numbers and people moving things around that I can't even begin to wrap my head around how I would apply that to my trading decision here on the 1-minute chart. So I usually just kind of just let it go by the wayside. The fundamentals, if they work for you, great. For the most part, I kind of just pay attention to the news, and that's it. How much does the Bookmap software cost? Let's go to the chart. Let's go to the tape. Pricing. Right now, Bookmap Global, which is what I'm using, is $49 a month billed monthly, $39 a month billed yearly. You also have to pay for data, which is around, I think, the $30 to $40 a month mark. 2 separate subscriptions. So you're looking at $40 or $50 a month for Bookmap, for the version that I have, which provides the heat map, all that fun stuff. And another, let's say to be safe, like $40, for data a month. If I see this break of high of day VWAP, I still would be going short. Shorted to the ground is at 53%. What is the gentleman's name who uses the tick plus 5-minute? Dakota. Coach Dakota from Top Step. I don't know his full name. I don't know that his full name is out there. He doesn't have any social media. He only is on Top Step, as far as I'm aware. Maybe he has Facebook. I don't know. But he's on Top Step TV every day, or almost every day, for fast markets, and he does slow markets. He's the guy who does slow markets. The 1-hour show or 1.5-hour show of him live trading for slow markets in the evening for EST. I think he also has the record for running up the largest live account with Top Step. Massive size that he trades. And again, really, really simple approach from what I've seen. Super clean chart. There's like nothing on his charts ever. Couple support and resistance looking boxes, and He scales into trades. Sometimes he dollar cost averages in. He actively manages his positions. I think he applies a lot of discretion, similar to the approach that I try to take in that sense. But it's really cool to see some raw charts that he uses and is able to put up massive wins. Like, I was watching it when he did a 40K trade. It was wild. I think it was like 8K across 5 XFAs. But he's also had huge days in that live account. But yeah. Got to roll, guys. Have a great weekend. Awesome, man. Go to Think with Bookmap YouTube channel. They have a Discord chat. There's a free Bookmap. Cool. Yes. There is a free Bookmap Discord as well. A lot of info in there. Cameron says, lawsuit incoming. Thanks. Cameron says, thanks. Yeah, go to TopStep for Coach Dakota. What you mean they allow DCA down? What do you mean by DCA? Do you mean dollar cost average, as in buying as a position is moving against you? They allow that, if that's what you mean by DCA. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting what you mean. Kevin H, he shows his losses too. Yes. Again, I'm sorry that I didn't even describe that. Extremely transparent trader, right? He's on TopStep trading live. He shows huge red days, right? To put up really big days like that, you got to take on some risk. He's had some wild red days, lost more money than most people, would have in their bank account. And he also was transparent about the whole deal where he was in a live account, ran it up, really, really big profit, took a massive payout, like $100,000 payout. Maybe somebody can clarify that. And then ended up losing that account, lost that live account. This is like one of the best traders from TopStep on TopStep TV, at least with that firm, really consistently on the leaderboards, all that type of stuff. Ran the account into the ground, unfortunately, after taking that big payout. Quickly got it back after 5 combines and big money in XFAs, and then back into a live, but displays all of that, which again, guys, is part of real trading, right? I'm early in on it, but I already feel it when I have green days. Everyone's kind of okay. You guys are awesome. The chat here always hypes me up. But everyone's kind of like, okay, you have some red days, maybe some back-to-back stuff. Everybody wants to hang you, and burn you at the stake. I watched it happen to guys like Tom Hogard, guys like Nick Sean, guys like Dakota, immediately questioning everything. And it really displays, unfortunately, a lack of understanding of what we're doing here. Anybody displaying just back-to-back consistent green days and green weeks with little to no losses and no losing streaks is someone I've never met before, first off, or they are just full of it. That's just the sad reality of it. So I think it's great when guys show that, and it's tough what they have to put up with as it's going on. But that's the reality of this. It's non-linear. And most guys, I feel, trading the way that I'm trading and that you see a lot of the discretionary traders trade, will have hot streaks, losing streaks, and then everything in between. It's non-linear. The markets are unique every day. Every movement is unique. And the way that your approach is going to play out is very non-linear. So it's, you should see that with, really good live traders. Again, you stick around long enough, you'll see hot streaks, you'll see losing streaks. You've probably seen some of that if you've been around from the beginning. Some really slow times where it's this and the market's not setting up, and you're not really finding your trades, and it's just slow. You're not making or losing money. It's kind of just like wading water. That happens. But yeah, man, it's just part of it. It's just part of it. So. But yeah, again, you'll see that from most of the big guys that you'll find on TopStep TV. You'll see that from them. Rips is another good example. I don't know him personally or I've never spoken to him, but I see all his content that he puts out. I've watched him on TopStep TV. Awesome trader. Wildly, profitable. Also seems like an insane poker player. I keep seeing that stuff on his Instagram. Shows huge wins and shows the gnarly red days, has them live on TopStep TV. It's just part of it. You know, it's part of the game. I respect traders like Dakota much more than guys that are always sharing P&L shots. Yeah, dude. You know, a green P&L, a big day, a past combine, you know, funded accounts. It's all one off. You know, I can manipulate that tomorrow. I could show you a 10K, you know, trade on a live account. You know, if we wanted to, you can YOLO a combine and just, you know, post that nonstop. Do I hype up the wins and display that in some of my trading? Of course, man. I celebrate the wins. Do I also show you the losses like yesterday where it's red on the morning and, you know, all over the place? Yeah. And when I'm taking on more risk or, you know, and I have a big win, I try to display that. If I'm taking on risk and I'm having losses, I try to display that. I talk about testing stuff. Like I've blown countless amount of combines coming over from Forex to futures, just playing with them. I still do. I still test overnight swing stuff, the news bracket trading stuff that you see me, you know, test sometimes. You know, it's just part of it. You know, all part of it. So. I respect traders. Yeah. What is that line on your chart? I got a lot of lines on my chart. My brother or sister, I should say, because we have women in the group. If you mean this one, this is an anchored VWAP off of this level right here. It is used from the projections tab on TradingView. It's anchored off the high. This is a low of day anchored VWAP over here, anchored off the low. So, but yeah, back to that, guys. I try to display very transparently my trading that I do in the morning with my live one-on-one group, or if there's nobody live, I still try to display that, and then here on YouTube, just doing it live, you know, with you here, and I think that's important. I had a debate with a guy from my community that asked why I never share my P&Ls. I ended up just streaming me opening up my increasing leverage to 100, and then shared only the best P&L to win. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's just, you know, like I was saying before, you know, I think the only thing, it's like any other profession, right? Or sport. In order to tell, there's some thunder. In order to see the person's skill set, especially with trading, it really has to be done in a live environment over a long period of time, you know, consistently. That's the way that you'll find out about my trading and see my style and approach and the way that I manage risk and, you know, across different combines and XFAs and across different days, you know, you'll get a feel for that. And I think that's why live trading is important. Yeah, man, kids don't get it. Yeah. I don't know. If you want to see a Lambo or a Rolex or a big stack of money, because somehow that shows that person is a good trader, you know, I'm sorry for all the money that you're going to lose. That's all I got to say about that. You know. I know you were live now based off the thunder. Expect me outside your that's not good. Hope I don't dox myself there. Yeah, man. Yeah. This is it. This is live. That's all we do. Not all we do. I shouldn't say that. I trade outside of live, and I trade in the morning with a with a small group. But that's what I'm doing today. I'll say that. Yeah, guys. I don't think I have one on this. Break above, anchored VWAP, just choppy, right? This is looking a little bit bullish here. Choppy for the end of the day. 40 minutes left in the session. I'm probably not going to get one out of this. I would have liked to. Again, I got combines to trade. I want to scale up when it makes sense, but this is just not a setup for me. I would really just be guessing, gambling, not trading a system or approach that I believe has a nice edge that will present itself and provide some profits in the long run. So I just don't have one on this. That's the move. Yeah, man. So again, these are VWAPs. So yes, you are right, Andre. This is the session VWAP. This is found. This is, I think, just a TopstepX thing. This is the standard VWAP found in the indicators tab on TradingView, or maybe on another platform that you're on. And then I have volume down at the bottom. The other lines I have on my chart here are anchored VWAP. This is anchored off of the low of the session, the candle that's the lowest for the session. And this is anchored off of the high. Again, it's a drawing tool that would be in here, where you would come in here, click it, and you can place it on your chart. And go ahead and do that in backtesting and see maybe how that helps or hurts you if you are looking for a tool. Or just don't use it at all and focus more on price action and market structure. What do I think about trading with cumulative volume delta? Do you have any experience with it? I was messing around when I was getting ready to start with footprint charts. I was doing more research with delta and cumulative volume delta. It's on my bookmap chart. On the bottom, I don't even look at it. I honestly don't look at it. I think it's just too much information for me right now. It could be just like any other tool, very helpful. Individual candle delta on a footprint chart, maybe with like Sierra charts, it seemed really, really helpful and cool. There's so much stuff out there. You just have to decide what you want to try to utilize and, work with not so much all at the same time. So right now, a big piece that I've added to my trading is bookmap order flow. And I'm really taking it slow with that, just focusing on, areas of big liquidity in the market above and below price. There's so much other stuff that I could do with that and so many other settings and tools you'd use. But before I get confident in my ability to read that and how it's going to affect my, my P&L, if I'm applying it to my trading decisions, that's where I'm going to stay. If you go back through my videos, you'll see me experimenting with a lot of different volume tools. Once I came over to futures and I had, good volume to utilize. So just compare it every day, man or woman trading in local market selling footwear as an example. Oh, yeah. Wait, I think I understand that, Brown, but can you elaborate on that? Just compare it to an everyday man or woman trading in local market selling footwear as an example. I'm not sure what that is relating to, so I'll ask you to clarify it while we're hanging out here for the last couple minutes. Andre says, cumulative volume delta and volume delta is good to measure who is winning. I got short from the second highest high, got through the bottom near 1230 thanks to that. Awesome. Yeah, see, it's all about finding what works for you, Lorenzo, thanks for your response. I use cumulative volume delta to spot divergences like absorption and exhaustion. It works quite well for me, but I try not to get baited by it sometimes. Yeah, it's on the bottom of my my chart and with a volume delta and the whole histogram deal on bookmap. I will want to look at it, but I'm trying to limit myself. I know the search for the Holy Grail is an endless loser's journey, and I've been down that road before in the past, and I really gave that all up. So try to apply just what I need, quote unquote need to trade, and focus on that. And bookmap is honestly a lot to add on the side, right? If I'm coming from just raw price action, market structure, and some basic volume to add that in, that's a lot. So too many tools, and then it starts to just be a little bit conflicting. So cumulative volume delta bros. Yeah. This guy's choppy, a little bit bullish. We ended up 50-50, 50% long America. You guys are split right down the middle. I'm glad I could say that I didn't have to take a trade short, because that probably wouldn't have paid so nice. And, here we are breaking high of day anchored VWAP, kind of trailing back up. Didn't come all the way down to VWAP. We got higher lows being put in consecutively, especially if we come up here and break this high on the 1 minute. Again, not a lot of time left in the day. You'd be looking to capitalize on some last minute volatility here. And I just don't think I'm going to put myself in that position. So with that being said, thanks guys in the chat. You guys are funny. I'm not a financial advisor. It's important to understand this, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or do here is financial advice or a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. This is all for entertainment purposes only. I'm just an idiot trading on YouTube. Don't take any of this seriously. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. You'll probably lose money if you trade. You should also read Rule CFTC 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is in a Top Step Combine and even an XFA. It's in a simulated market environment, which is different than a live environment. Read the full disclaimer on this video and at my site, realdealfutures.com. Hop in the free Discord. Hit me up if you're interested in working with a real one-on-one coach, one-on-one trading coach. That's what I provide in my paid program. No VIP, no signals group. Trading live with me every morning in a small group setting, and then multiple one-on-one sessions over the course of a month to develop you into the trader that you know you can become. Hopefully. I don't accept everybody. I have a ton of people on my calendar. I'm super grateful for all the guys that I've spoken to already. If you're on here, thank you for hitting me up. It was a great conversation. I hope to work with you. I got more and more people stacking up on there. If you're interested, it's not manufactured demand. Please hit me up. Don't wait until next week and the week after with Top Step TV and the trading battle. I'm sure it'll be only busier. So I'd love to talk to you if you're interested and get you in. Well, I'll never be cheaper and have more time to work with you. It's been fun, guys. It's been an awesome week. Steven with the last minute question. Yes, for you, Steven, I will answer. Steven's in the Discord and in my one-on-one program. He is awesome and he crushes it. He is a top step trader getting paid out. This is how you pull the anchored view up. Let's get rid of this and this and this. Over here, Steven and everybody else, in the trading view and TopstepX drawing tools, it's under the projection tab. Different things display on here, guys. When you click a different thing, like if I pull up a long position, it displays a long position now. So don't be fooled by the image. It's here under projections tab, right down here, volume-based tools, anchored view up. You're going to click that bad boy, and then you're going to decide where on your chart horizontally you want to put it, what candle, right? It automatically goes. It doesn't matter if you have your, pointer above or below it. It automatically clicks to, here, I'll show you, automatically clicks to that candle right there, which would maybe be a high. And as price action's printing, you're waiting for a break above that. Some nice confirmed closure. Would have sucked to take it right there. Maybe you waited for something much bigger above that and it worked out for you. But yeah, I like to anchor these either to a high or low or to NYSE session, to the start of the session. That can be helpful. Sometimes they're overlapping a lot and I don't use a lot of them. Sometimes we have really clean structure. It just depends on the day. Same thing with 15-minute opening range. Sometimes it's just too much on my chart and I prefer to kind of clean it up and leave it, just raw. Sometimes I like it. I'm not using these exclusively, but they can be helpful. Very helpful in my opinion. Again, you don't see me use a whole lot. The stuff I do use, I find helpful. So, Jose, Team Real Deal Futures. Yes. Andre. Yes. If you want to get hyped up every day, I'll finish on this as I did that. If you want to get hyped up every day, hop in the free community and Jose will greet you with enthusiasm that only a New York City resident can provide. Jose, you're awesome. Everybody else in here, you're awesome. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. It'd be super boring, and I would have nobody to talk to and none of this to do if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you. Have a great weekend, guys. Again, read the disclaimer that I'm not a financial advisor and I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about. Have a great weekend. I hope to speak to you maybe if you're interested in working with me one-on-one on a Zoom call soon. I hope to see you in the free Discord. No pressure either way. You guys do what you see fit. Thank you again. Have a great weekend. If you're going to hustle on the charts, grind it out, do your thing, man. I would also say maybe spend some time with friends, family, pets, yourself. Meditate, just chill, touch some grass, get outside, relax a little bit, man. Life is short and it's hard as hell. So enjoy it while you can. And hug your loved ones and other positive stuff. Check in on your boys and girls. I'll talk to you guys soon. Be easy. Have a great weekend.